Just when you think you've solved it, you're dead wrong.
They were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
Why are they putting this on us?
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning. This show contains graphic depictions, faceless banter, and real-life accounts of the more nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
Hey. Stop being such a vagina.
Nah, man. What's up, dude?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
You were pointing to things, and I think you were pointing to, like, the video.
Okay, what I was saying was the video has no audio with it, so if you're trying to line up the audio with the video for our YouTube postings, you'll see my motions and you'll align it with the audio.
Okay, so that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
So you weren't, okay, that wasn't, like, directed towards me.
No.
Cool.
Okay.
Dope.
I'll bring this up because it belongs nowhere, honestly, but check it out.
So.
Check this out for a minute. Just walk with me for a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
E.B. White, an author, once wrote, "Humor can be dissected as a frog can, but the thing dies in the process and the innards are discouraging to any but the purely scientific mind." Todd, bro, we are scientists of the comedic field. The powers that be do not realize this. If it wasn't for podcasting, the public at large wouldn't hear from us. Right?
That's true.
There's no viable market for us. No executive in his right mind is going to take a chance on us. We're not, quote unquote, politically correct, to say the least. That's why we came up with our own commercials, right? Because we knew nobody was going to sponsor us.
Of course. Yes.
Which, by the way, if y'all go on YouTube, check out Racing Snails or Beast Mode Beer. It got a bunch of views because it was funny and it was short, but I created those in a response to people viewing us 53 seconds to 103 seconds at a time, I think it was. Those were the averages. And the fact that I knew that nobody was going to sponsor, so fuck it, we made our own commercials.
You should definitely check them out. They're pretty fucking hilarious.
I laughed. Anyway, so that's our deep thought for the moment, I suppose.
It was deep. I was deep into it.
Yeah. But I mean, what are we supposed to be? Like, what do you view us as? We're not shock jockeys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
what are we supposed to be doing here? What are we doing?
Man, we two dudes just talking about the shit that two dudes do.
Yeah. Once I set up the equipment and you set up the equipment and we're finished doing all of that shit and we just sit down, I'm gravy. Like, it is intentional that I sit here and drink beer and talk. Yeah. And I'm so good with that.
Well, you know what it is, dude. You know what it is, honestly? It's just... All right, so it's two fellas, man. It's two cats who have been knowing each other for a long time, who are good friends, who... throughout the years,
collected a few stories for sure.
Things change, man. So we have families now, and we live in different places.
Yeah.
But what this is we get the opportunity to get together and really just shoot the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of what this is.
I think we hone in on the fucked up things that are happening today and the fucked up things that happened to us in the past, and put it together in a pot full of fucked up shit for people to listen to and laugh at.
Yeah.
It's kind of like cops. Like, you watch somebody else get arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can live vicariously through our ridiculous fuck ups throughout our lives.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we've all made it through. But it's not about telling stories, man. It's like we're living in the present, and we're basically just two cats who are just, man, we're just living our lives.
Putting it all out there.
Yeah.
Letting it all hang out.
Yeah. Ball sacks flopping on the ground.
Yes, sir. In the prairie wind.
Dragon.
Yes. Speaking of previous exploits and Dragon Balls, I wanted to ask our listeners and you what are the ways that kids score alcohol? Because God knows we all been there.
Yeah, man. Well, I can speak. Excuse me. I can speak personally. Gosh, the early 2000s. I was working in a restaurant, and so I had like I was a server. You know, I was like top of the fucking food chain, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm big ballin'. I'm
Big
the fucking
ballin',
waiter.
serving, yep.
Brrr. So I
What
had
were they
all-
making at that time? Like $2.13 an hour or something?
They probably still making $2.13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
Like,
man, tip your servers, everybody out there, all y'all Reloaded 504ians,
On a
tip your
real.
servers.
on a real, yeah. Like,
Bartenders and servers for real.
bartenders and servers, in case you don't know, make $2.13 an hour. They never see a penny of that on their paycheck. 100% of their income is due
Coming
to your
from
tips.
y'all.
Yeah.
Coming from y'all.
So just drop tips, whether it's gonna be cash or like like panties.
Yeah.
Like,
Blunt
whatever it
roach.
is, fucking like like I don't know, like a fucking a couple of grams, whatever you want to drop, whatever it is. They love that shit, man,
Yeah.
because that's how they make their living.
Hook it up.
So where was I going?
The ways that kids score alcohol.
Yeah,
You
so,
were
right. So I was
server.
I was a server, like, and so I had all these all these our high school kids that were our bus boys, right?
Yeah.
And so like, like dances, whatever it is, like fucking ring dance, prom, senior prom, fucking whatever all the dances are, like, they need to coordinate. Cool cats need to fucking like,
Hook
they
'em
do
up.
their limo thing.
Yeah, they need to connect.
But somebody needs to find a booze, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that guy because that's fucking highly illegal. To,
Seriously?
to contribute to the delinquency.
Yeah. Or success, the way, depending
So
on how you look at it, I
I'm-
guess.
I knew people who would do things that would facilitate these cats. So like they would go to like, different, like the Ice House out in Kenner
Uh-huh.
and do things for like
And
a
you didn't
small,
do that for them?
For a small fee. I would never do that, but I would have friends that would do things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For a small fee, of course,
Yeah.
So it's not like you're exploiting the teens.
No, man.
You're taking their parents' money.
Favor for a favor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely their parents' money.
Right. So basically, you're buying booze for these cats. Not me, but like
Yeah, yeah. Allegedly.
And then hoping that prom goes well.
Yeah. You probably like made memories for people. you
Made
know what I'm saying?
babies
Yeah.
that
Could
got
be.
aborted, probably.
Could be. I mean, R. Kelly's done worse.
I led to life,
Yep. Procreation.
turned into death.
That's good, bro. That's good stuff. I was just curious, man. I know some of the methods that I used to use were we used to call it a Yahoo. You just
Yes.
You go into Mini Mart and then
Yes.
pick out 2 frothy cases of beer and then run out the door screaming Yahoo.
Now, I'm familiar with Yahoo. Fucking ingenious technique that was used in the mid '90s.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this about the Yahoo technique. Did you ever? Every time I utilized the Yahoo technique, I would procure a license plate that was not mine.
Oh no, I didn't go that far.
Yeah, that was. a
Damn,
long
bro,
way to
you
go.
went deep off in
Yeah,
it.
you had
Yeah.
to. You had to.
No shit.
I mean, I felt like I had to.
Yeah, well, I think maybe you were one of the leaders of the effort now that you're talking about this.
I never got into any hot water.
Didn't get any accolades for it either. I mean, you need to share this with the people.
Hey, look.
Could have somebody out there right now considering this method, and they're like, "Oh,
No,
wait,
no,
oh,
look,
hold
all
up,
I-
I didn't
all-
think
all-
about this."
Dave, I appreciate your support, but I don't want to mislead the people.
Leave it to their own machinations, man. In the meantime, they could consider all sides, like your side, my side, their side.
True.
Arrive at
True.
the best theory.
Yeah.
The main important part is that you don't go to jail for something simple,
No.
Maybe you could Yahoo and throw a 20 at the clerk while you're running.
But the bot lane and look honestly, look for anybody who's listening and that is seriously considering this. The most important thing to
Do
take
it.
from it is that yes, do it, and you gotta yell
Hey.
Yahoo when it's all being done.
Do it.
You gotta yell Yahoo.
I wanted to bring it up to people. I was watching something the other night. It was about
The louder, the better.
plastic surgery.
I had
Now,
plastic surgery.
check this out, man. Now that we have wireless battery charging capabilities, I think that plastic surgeons should add vibrator implant to the menu.
Huh?
I don't see why not.
That's gonna fucking ruin things.
No, hell no. You're telling me right now that if you met a chick that had a vibrator implanted in her tongue, that you wouldn't be like, marry me right now?
Okay, well, that's a double-edged sword because the bitch could never talk properly.
Well, she could turn it on and off, assumedly. But what if she had them implanted in her labia or something? And then all she had to do is wear certain drawers
Well, then you're
that
fucked.
charged them up.
You don't want that shit, man.
Of course you want that shit. What are you
No,
talking
you
about?
don't.
You want a vibrating vagina.
Dude, all right. So your fucking wife. So you go ahead and buy her the fucking.
Yeah.
So you're gonna call. Let's go ahead and name it the ultimate pussy, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna implant like,
The Ultimate Pussy 3000.
or at least bionic pussy,
Okay.
Bionic
Bionic Pussy
pussy.
3000.
BioPuss 3K,
Okay. BioPuss 3K.
BioPuss 3K.
Okay.
Fucking call your attorneys. Market that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be no good, bro. It's gonna be too good, right?
Why?
What happens when the pussy is too good is it ruins things.
What? Like you stop being a man because she's got like the fire in this pussy
No,
ever?
if the pussy is too good, then you
Then
don't
you're always
have any.
caving?
You're locked into that. You don't have any. It's almost like when you first had sex,
Yeah.
and it was like
Like
It was-
any fiend's
first
road.
had sex. It was like Vicodin.
He
and
shot up the first time and then he was chasing that high ever
first
since.
had sex. It was like Vicodin. It's like, oh my god, this is so good. I love this. But Jesus Christ, when I become an adult, I can have this whenever I want.
Right.
And then you do that, and then you like graduate to oxys, and then you like, oh my god, this is good too.
Yeah, but
this is
this
so much better.
this vibrating pussy we're talking about is
And
the
then-
mecca.
And then eventually, you graduate to like fucking fentanyl, and you die because it's.
I don't
too
think you can
much.
die from a vibrating pussy though.
You can't have too much of a good thing, bro.
You can't have too much pussy. You can't overdose on pussy. Think about it. As long as it's not an infected pussy.
I beg to differ, man. I think.
Look,
you can.
I say this. We live in a day and age now where you can just choose what pussy you want to beef up.
You know
right?
what? As
So-
a matter of fact, I feel confident. I'm sorry about cutting you off, but I feel like this is important. I feel confident that there is such a thing as too much pussy.
No.
Yes,
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
How? Please
Well,
elaborate.
if you're having more than one pussy,
No.
and you're not supposed to be.
No,
then that's too much.
We're not
pussy.
assuming that it's plethora. It's plural. We're not assuming it's plural
Well,
pussy.
that's what too much pussy means.
Well, what if it's too much of one?
There's
That's
no
what I'm
such
saying.
thing.
Exactly. Okay, so we're on
Yeah.
the same point.
One pussy can be.
Yeah. You can't have too much of one. You're
Ah.
talking about too many.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, definitely you can have too many. Anybody that's played the field and
But
they
that
got in over
makes
their head, they're
me
like,
sound
whoa.
horrible. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
even
but you know what?
one more is too much.
They come with other things than just
I know.
the great
It's
feeling of a vagina.
fucking
They have
ringworm.
mouths.
You get like
No, I'm not talking about infections. I'm talking about like they have mouths and they call and they talk to each other. God forbid. Yeah, that shit.
yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
You know what's the worst thing about that is fucking ringworm.
Well, it's sickness. Yeah, sickness in general, bro. Speaking of which, bro, we're at the tail
I've never had ringworm.
end. You've never had ringworm.
I think I had. What is that? An eye thing?
No, man. It's like in your skin. It looks like a ring. It's very distinctive. I think you would remember it if you got it.
But don't kids get that from like other kids having it?
Like it just comes and goes. I think it's like from wet, moist environments.
I
And
thought it was an eye thing.
no, it's not an eye thing. I would hate if it ever occurred
I'm
to
thinking
my
of
eyeball.
pink eye,
Yeah.
which is the same. It's like ringworm in your eye,
No, I don't know, but
which is like
in the
it's-
movie Knocked Up, he claimed to have given pink eye to his roommate by farting on his pillow. So I don't know if that helps you any. Maybe you can combine that with Google and you'll arrive at a situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But speaking of sickness in general,
Yeah.
we're at the tail end of cold and flu season. I just wanted to give a big shout out to whoever invented Kleenex because that shit sucks. It's fucking thin, it doesn't hold up, and you blow your snot into it and it breaks the tissue, and that just equals disgusting paper mache.
So what do you prefer?
Scott towels. I use Scott towels, bro, straight up.
And you don't mind the fact that it just like rubs the skin off of your tender nostrils?
I don't rub it on my nostrils. I use it to catch snot.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. So, like, you put the Scott towel over the outside of your nose, and then cup your chin, and then blow as hard as you fucking can.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so, like, everything inside of your upper head goes into the fucking paper towel.
It's a snot pocket,
yeah.
right?
And then there's like, and then you take a look, and there's certain ones that you're like, oh my god, that
Well, I
looks,
don't read it like a book. I throw it away afterwards.
that
but
fucking
the
looks
point
delicious. Like that thing's got nutrients in it.
maybe if
Like
it's
fucking
veiny,
mercury, right?
like
Like,
there's some veins.
dude, you will see some shit in there. It's got like 3 or 4 colors.
No, on a for real tip, if that happens to you, you need to go see a doctor immediately. I'm just telling you right now.
I
Like, all
have, and
jokes
he
aside.
was like, yo, dude.
You're a son of a gun.
He was like, fucking box this shit.
No,
He took some and he smeared it on his cock, and I was like, Doc, what the fuck is wrong with you,
that's
man?
gross, bro. Hey, speaking of blowing, bro, I'm gonna blow your mind. The Beastie Boys were on a Stretch and Bobbito show. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yes, I am.
Stretch and Bobbito show late last year, and they mentioned that they used to hang out in their studio in LA all the time, and they recorded everything. Like they would just leave it recording no
Yep.
matter if they were doing anything or not.
Yep, that's what I do too.
Hey, bro. As in, you could hear people's discussions, people playing b-ball, whatever they were doing, and buku jam sessions that the Beastie Boys never released.
Right.
And guess what? They're gonna release it all
Who is?
real soon. The
Who?
Beastie Boys. Dead serious. Unheard of jam sessions.
So they're just gonna fucking release like these hours
Well,
upon hours of fucking.
They
no.
they didn't specify. Check
Somebody
it out.
went
Well,
through
look,
these joints.
No, they were on the show, and they mentioned that they had all of these recordings.
Mhm.
They said they were going to release it, but they didn't specify if it was just going to be the jam sessions or just going to be the conversations or just going to be the b-ball in the background. I'm just saying.
And they're gonna
There's-
cut through all that.
There's audio footage out there of Beastie Boys jamming that has never been released before. Hey, fuck you, man. I want to hear this shit.
I hear you, bro, but it's gonna be like the Beastie Boys being like, "Hey yo, Mike D, what up, homie? Like, fucking turn the dial up
Well,
on the
it could
fucking
be.
game,
It could
bro."
be, but they got jam sessions mixed in. That's my point. They got jam sessions mixed
Yo,
in.
like, yo, what the fuck are you thinking, man? Like, I don't understand. Go fucking pick up some muffins, bitch.
Sounds like you got issues, bro. I'm just talking about
I don't
never before
Damn,
heard
why are you?
jam sessions by the Beastie Boys. I gotta confess, bro. I'm a B-Boys fanatic, bro.
I am
so
too.
I'm
so
excited about
let's
that.
just try to like, I don't know, like reenact if we can for like 10, 20 seconds what that might sound like. Like, ew, fucking Mike D.
I went down to the store and I picked up some cottage cheese and clamato, and then
that's
I came back just now.
I don't
and
understand why you keep talking about the shit you buying at the fucking store, man.
I came back and I bust open the cottage cheese.
The cottage cheese.
It's
Head.
it's rotten. It's rotten. I gotta throw
The
it away.
rotten cheese. The rotten. You got the rotten cheese at the.
I should have just grabbed the 40 instead.
I think that we're doing a really horrible Beastie Boys impression.
Anyway, let's record Sabotage.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
the way, I'm a Beastie Boy.
I'm telling y'all, it's sabotage.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what would happen.
You gotta go see the cover band of the Beastie Boys, which they have titled themselves Sabotage.
Yes, you told me that,
It's a
and
good
I
show.
want to do that,
It's a good show.
but I need to find out when they're playing next and if I'm in town for it.
Dave, bro.
I travel
That's
a lot.
it kills me.
I'm confessing the fact that I know it
Kills
kills
me.
you because it kills me too.
Yeah, but it kills me.
Speaking of confessing,
These are Dave's confessions.
we are starting a confession hotline, boys and
This
girls.
dude's all about exploiting people.
We mentioned we were going to, and then went off on a tangent, and forgot to do the official announcement.
Tangent.
But here it is, 504-457-8011. We're starting a confessional. If you have anything to confess,
Call the line and
It's
look,
all
Let's
anonymous.
show them what it's all about.
yeah, it's all anonymous. We will play it on the air unless you instruct us not to, but it's all anonymous, so I don't see the harm.
But let me call the line. I'd like to discuss something with
You should.
with Reloaded.
You should call the line, and you should
I've
confess.
got a bone to pick.
I want to, if I can, pull up.
These are Dave's confessions.
No, actually, when I mentioned this a few episodes back, we discussed it. We didn't like put it up as official, right? And we discussed it. Well, some people called in, and I chose 2 of the confessions and printed them up on my phone, and that's what I'm trying to pull up right now. Here we go.
Well, that sounds great. I like the fact, and I'm sure that our listeners love the fact that we were all prepared for this.
Well, I thought it would be kind of cool if I read a couple of people's confessions. I'm working on the audio quality, by the way. In future episodes, I'll just play the confession, but I tried at this rip and it just wasn't happening. You couldn't make out what the fuck they were saying.
No, it's fine, because what you have to do is check out the YouTube channel, because that's where it's really at. What you can see is not only the struggle of trying to put together the audio,
The struggle and the progress.
but you can also see, well,
All right, check it out. I got 2 of them.
these are Dave's confessions.
All right, this one's from Jake.
The snake?
Yeah, evidently. It says, I used to work at Morning Call Coffee and Beignets, and I hated it. The hours sucked, the pay sucked, and the manager sucked.
Yep.
So one night, while I was making a huge batch in the dough machine, I pulled down my pants, hung my ass over the side of the giant metal barrel,
What?
and took a shit right in the dough.
Into the dough of the
Yeah,
beignets?
Yeah. I
Oh.
flipped the switch, and the machine just churned it up into the dough.
That's horrible.
Until right now, nobody ever found out. They all ate my shit.
Whatever, dude. It's earthy.
That's my confession. Y'all be cool and don't eat food wherever I work.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Fuck you.
Oh,
What was his name?
Jake.
Jake. Fuck you, Jake.
Yeah. That's disgusting, dude. Can
Hey,
you
Jake.
catch herpes from shit? Because maybe everybody got mouth herpes. Man, that's...
Hey, Jake. I don't know what you're doing these days, partner, but I just shat in your face, bro.
Better hope I didn't eat any of your shit.
Yeah, trust me.
I wonder how long ago that was. We have no idea. I mean, the place has been closed for a while, but other than that, we
I
don't
mean,
know
if
when
I
that
catch
happened.
this dude, like, even if like I'm like a patron at a restaurant and he's like at a table next to me, I'll be like, yes.
Let me order that dude a shit sandwich.
Go ahead and send this guy one of
Yeah.
my finest.
Turders. Dude, let me give me a turd or
Yeah.
2, maybe.
I don't know if I can poo on demand, but we'll
Alright.
see.
That would be a quality.
To just like, I'm sure
Be
people
able to
can do
shit
it.
on demand. Yeah.
People can
alright.
fart on demand.
Last one. This person didn't give his name.
These are Dave's
Uh,
confessions.
I heard the tape. I had to transcribe these because the fucking audio was so horrible. But I could.
Okay.
He had an accent. He sounded Hispanic.
Your vape smells like fucking
Awesome.
Potpourri.
All right. So from Anonymous. All right. My next door neighbor, this really old dude, asked me to watch his house and feed his cat while he went away on vacation. And he offered to pay me for it, so I said sure. I went over to his house after school the day he left, and I called a few friends over to kick it. We ended up drinking a few beers and smoking some bud. My homie had this fat cigar for a blunt, but we had smoked all his weed. We decided to see what would happen if we smoked the cigar
This fucking dude was high when he wrote this because it's too long.
with a vacuum cleaner. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah, he's giving way too much like
So he
description.
smoked the cigar with a vacuum. So
Good
okay.
for him.
All right, we held that bitch up to the hose, clicked on the vacuum, and lit it up. Dude, it went through that gar in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It nearly burned my fingers and I let it go. The cherry got sucked into the vacuum cleaner and the fucking thing caught on fire. We hosed it down outside and threw it over the fence out back. And when
Okay.
the old man got back, we told him that we were doing some cleaning and broke it. So,
Fine.
sorry, Mr. Jerry, that's my confession. Peace.
All right, cool story. I mean, I wish you had more to it. Like fucking
That dude's wordy.
yeah.
Dear anonymous Hispanic guy, you're very wordy.
Yo, but,
But
hey,
good story, though.
good story. Yeah, definitely, man. So you toss the fucking vacuum over the fence. I mean, that's cool.
As long as he got away with it, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, like the dude showed back up, and you were like, "Hey, yo, what up, Vato?" I was like sitting here just trying to vacuum your shit, and the fucking thing started smoking. And so I didn't know what to do, so I threw it into your pool, and then I got it out of the pool and threw it over the fence.
Yeah, that's disgusting. But at least I hope he made it out alive. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
I hope he made it
he's-
out unbusted.
He got a reference from that.
Yep. I was watching Netflix and came across. I was browsing through it. Came across Unsolved. Are you familiar,
No.
dude? You
Is
gotta
it like
watch
Unsolved Mysteries?
No, because I wouldn't be bragging about it if it was fucking Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay, so do tell.
Reloaded504ians, if any of y'all were fans of Biggie, Tupac, that whole era, that whole West Coast, East Coast, if y'all witnessed it or y'all been researching it, this is for you. It's told from the perspective of the original investigator, and it flashes forward to 10 years later, the new investigators that were put on the cold case.
But they're not. It's not an open case now, is it?
They quit investigating. Nobody was ever found guilty of anything, though.
I'm so glad
But
I
it
got
was
away with
it was
that shit.
dirty, dirty, dirty,
You'll
bro.
never catch me, coppers.
The original investigator, according to this documentary or docudrama, had a heart attack while he was
shot me.
trying to convince people from, I think it was Las Vegas Police
Todd
Department,
shot
to
Tupac.
participate.
Huh.
He was trying to get them to participate.
Okay, I'm sorry. There was just some like weird voiceover.
Yeah, sounded like your voice.
Definitely. not.
Anyway, Reloaded 504ians, check out Unsolved on Netflix. It's pretty cool because it's told in the perspective of the people that actually investigated the crime. I won't spoil it for you. Just go check it out. Just go check it out. You good over there, bro? You look lethargic.
Lethargic.
Yeah.
Does that mean like yeah, no, I'm good, bro.
It means like you're suffering from lethargy.
No, I'm my
I know.
my lethargy levels are like normal.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
I know what can help solve that, though.
What's that?
Let's do a shot.
Let's do it, bro.
For sure. Oh, here comes the rain again.
Here comes the rain.
Put your cup up, son.
Here comes the rain.
Take that whole shot, bro.
Ooh, the rain. I ain't taking this whole shot, bro.
Take the whole shot.
No, dog.
Take the whole shot.
I just had people drive up.
You know what sucks is that's coming through here the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, yo, we got, apparently, y'all can hear it storming out there.
Shut the garage door.
Man, I can feel the rain as it falls
I'm
down.
trying to cut it out, though.
I can feel the rain. No, you can't do that. I gotta smoke.
So, that door's locked. This door's closed.
Yeah, which means that I can't smoke.
It's all good. It's after hours. We can do what we want.
We can do what we want. You heard that, podcast people?
All right, bro. You got salt?
Yep.
Did you get salt in your game?
Ah, man.
You got to lick it, slam, and suck it.
Dude.
You're taking that whole shot, bro.
Alright, give me the fucking salt, man.
Jesus Christ.
Spin that thing. You're just angry because you can't win the fucking Rochambeau.
All right, Reloaded504 pardon us while we work out the logistics of taking a shot. We're shooting tequila this evening, boys and girls. Jose Cuervo Especial, la 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 la. Blue agave, like your madre, vagina.
I need a female to say,
We're gonna get that.
when?
We're going to.
When?
We gotta pull some callers.
No, we
We
just
gotta
need,
pull
like,
some sexy female callers.
Yeah, females in the
Anybody,
house.
hey, Reloaded 504ians, if you are a sexy female or you know a sexy female, have her call in to 504 457 8011 and you want her to say,
Todd Crane.
yeah, but do it sexily.
Yeah, like this.
All right, bro. Whole shot. Take a dot. Let's take a toast. Ching, ching. Ooh. Dude, let me tell you what. As shots go, that's like the best shot ever.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's got salty. It's got sour. It's got Jose's kind of sweet.
I mean, you're covering all your bases
Yeah.
when it comes to, like,
It's
all-
massaging your whole palate.
all taste buds are being...
All of them
Tapped.
are being mind fucked at the same time. It's really involved, and it fucks you up.
I agree. Tequila
does
is
fuck you up.
the superior shot. If
My
you're
wife,
not-
before we started the podcast, no, earlier in the day when I showed up back at the house today with a fifth of tequila, she
Yeah.
was like, all right, now don't do too much tequila because you seem to get mean sometimes when you drink tequila.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she went on to specify. She was like, you don't like get violent or nothing, but you just kind of get like snippy.
Snippy.
Yeah, I think that's the word she used. Have you seen me get snippy?
I've seen you get snippy before, Dave, yes.
Well, maybe there's some truth.
There is. There may be. But you know what? There's nothing that can't control a little bit of snippiness.
I know, right?
I mean, all you have to do is identify said snippy,
Yeah.
and then
It's like, hey,
Look.
chill out.
wrap your head around the snip and say,
Chill
look,
out.
bro, you're snipping a little bit too much right now.
Check this out, man.
Let's keep that snippage down.
Let's say your doctor tells you that if you keep drinking like you do,
Yep.
you will only have 10 years
Mhm.
before you need a new liver.
Okay.
My question is, can you make a reservation based off of this and not die waiting in line once you need the new liver?
Yes.
If you can't, I think you should be able to.
Well, I mean, who cares? I'm gonna.
It's
die
like a
trying.
prescription. It's like, here's a
At that
prescription
point,
for
I
a new
become
liver.
50 Cent. I'm
What?
like, fucking get rich or die trying. Get liver or die trying.
Yeah. It is a must. It's not an option,
Yeah.
right?
Like, I'm out there trying to kill motherfuckers over a liver.
Basically, this dude is telling you, I prescribe you a liver 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So that should be like, okay, doc, write the script.
Yeah.
Because 10 years later, I'm going to be back here to claim that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So slice somebody because I need a liver.
So what are you saying? Like, Are you asking me if I would sign up?
Well, I'm saying people shouldn't be able to die waiting for an organ. If I am your doctor and I say, look, if you continue on this path, 10 years from this day, you're going to need a new liver. Well, that puts me as your doctor on a schedule immediately. Like, okay, this guy's going to need a new liver. I got 10 years to source it. I should be able to do that.
That's not.
It doesn't work like that.
That's
though.
not the way that America's worked their medical situation.
It doesn't work like
Right.
that presently because 10 years later, your liver goes out, and that same doctor is like, okay, I'm going to sign you up for the list, and we'll search for one.
That same doctor is
Fuck
fucking
that.
working at some other medical clinic. He's
Maybe.
got his own private practice.
Hopefully, he fucking is out of business by now
That's why
because
medical is
he
not
knew this was coming.
fucking cool. Medical is
He knew
financial.
he knew this was coming.
Of course he knew it.
At that point-
Which is why when I see fucking nurses or doctors who smoke cigarettes, I'm like, you are like suicidal, right?
You said that last time, man. I'll still listen to him. It's a habit, man. It's a
But
habit.
they know the truth.
It's a fucking habit, man. A lot of it is what you ingest, like your diet, right?
Yeah.
That's
and at
what
the same
keeps you-
time, I agree 100%. Like, people want to say, yo, you smoke. Man, you're just destined for this, that, and the other. Oh, you drink too much. Oh, you fucking, like, oh, you shoot fucking bacon fat into your veins. You're going to die, you know? Like, whatever. We all have bad habits.
Right.
Motherfucker. Like, you eat Wendy's every second day. You
Yeah.
know? What's to say that's not going to fucking be the end of you?
It would. It's a way of life.
It's
People-
all like when do you stop pointing fingers? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
we all have that.
I don't know how old the crowd is that listens to us, but way back in the G, there was a dude named George Burns. And he was like an actor, comedian, old. By the time I knew who he was old. Fucking old. Older than
Wrinkles.
any of his peers.
Lots of wrinkles.
That dude used to smoke a cigar like every interview, every day, all the time. That dude lived to be like fucking, I don't even know. Google that shit. Like 98 years old or some shit.
Right, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what though? More importantly, like your diet counts for a lot and you don't even realize. And I started looking into that shit. I purchased Huel. Are you familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
H instead of like fuel, Huel, Huel.
Yeah, no. Please tell me.
It comes like in a satchel, right? Like I don't even know, man, a small sack. Anyway, you get like 2 of them a month if you sign up for the subscription, whatever. And it's made with all natural ingredients, a lot of lentils, flaxseed, things of this nature. It's ground up into like a powder. And then you take like a couple of scoops of that powder and you put it in the shaker that they so generously send you. You
Of
know,
course, yeah.
While
Because
you're
when it breaks, you have to buy another.
while you're wearing the T-shirt that they sent you, you know,
Man, they on
shake
point.
that shit up. You know, 2 scoops
Is it a cool
in a
t-shirt?
shaker. It just says Huel. It's a gray shirt. It says Huel. It's pretty plain Jane, but you
It's
know,
not like
you wear it with the confidence that you're doing something better for your diet. You know.
fuck yeah.
So you scoop the shit, 2 scoops in a shaker, shake it up,
Baby
drink
scooper.
it. It's like the equivalent of eating grits because it doesn't have much flavor. I mean, the first ingredient in there is oats. You know what I'm saying? So it's like oatmeal. You know what I'm saying?
That
So
sounds like
don't
something I can
expect-
deal with.
yeah, well, I mean, don't expect to be dazzled with the flavor. They sell flavor enhancers, extra, whatever. But
What's the end game to this?
the end game is this. Like, you see me, bro. The people on YouTube see me. Like, I'm not obese. I'm not unhealthy. I'm a healthy dude, generally speaking. The end game for me, the idea for me is that I replace 1 meal a day with this stuff.
Really?
And this stuff is just inherently healthier than anything that I could choose to eat. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
So I replace 1 meal. You take those 2 scoops, you put it in a shaker, shake it up, drink that. That's the equivalent in calories of like a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just use that to replace one meal a day, and you're doing something healthier for yourself, and it's effortless. That's the way I look at it.
Right. Okay. Well, then you're a lot less selfish than I am because I'd be like, fuck that. I want a po' boy.
I want a po' boy too. Know what I'm saying?
But I'll have the po' boy.
But I'm gonna eat the po' boy.
No, you're not. You're gonna have that powder bullshit.
No, I'm gonna use that to replace some other meal. I'm still gonna eat the po' boy.
Okay. Well then, I'm on par with you.
Like what meal do you what meal do you like not especially look forward to eating? Like breakfast.
My nutrition, my dietary habits are so like 180 degrees from anybody else's that.
What's a normal day of eating for you?
Dude, I can go days without eating.
Days, plural.
Yes. Yeah, at least 2.
2 days with eating nothing?
Eating minor shit, like maybe a couple of pretzels.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
And I'm completely fine with that.
That's horrible
I
for
know
your organs.
I know.
Like for your
and
everything.
on top of that, like 3 hours of sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that I can vouch for, because I'll hit you up at like 3 in the morning and you're like, what's happening?
I'm not lying about this shit.
That's not normal.
I know.
I think that you might be comfortable with it right now, but I'm no doctor, but I would swear that probably lowers your life expectancy.
It's gonna catch up to you, right? But
yeah.
you would see the way
but
that
I mean,
think about
it.
Like I'm gonna start to feel the effects and be like, yo, like, and then I go and they'll be like, yo, you need this, but it's like there's no effects.
Well, maybe you'll just die abruptly instead of like slowly. You know what I'm saying? Like a healthy person dies slowly. You know what I'm saying? They live to be 98.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It could just be like total shutdown.
Yeah, you'll like reach the day and then you're gone.
I'd be completely cool with that.
I'm cool with that too. So
Like,
maybe I should switch to your method.
If it goes down within like 5 minutes.
Maybe I should switch to your method so I don't have to like suffer all of that bedpan shit.
We'll see.
Or catheter. I don't want a fucking catheter. If somebody tells me tomorrow I need a catheter, I'll just be like, look, figure out another way.
Dude,
like poke a hole in my stomach and go find my bladder.
No, that's
You're not going in my pee hole.
That's still bad. But have you ever been getting head from a chick and she like her tongue stud
went into your pee hole?
Yeah.
No. I tried to come in this chick's mouth so hard one time that I accidentally pissed in her mouth.
Dude, it fucking hurts.
You know what was funny? She thought I cummed, and she was like, "Geez, that kind of
That's
smells.
so
that kind of
acidic."
tastes." No, she's like, "That kind of tasted like pee." And to myself, I'm like, "Oh,
because it was, bitch.
And on the outside, I was like, "Yeah, I guess that's just what it tastes like."
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe there was some residual, but that was a load of jizz, bitch.
Seriously.
Either way, you swallowed my innards. Fucking yanking fucking cords out.
She was a clown. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, dude, that reminds me. Do you remember the Bozo show?
You used to love that show.
I used to love that show too.
It was like every morning before school show.
To Reloaded504ians, if you're not familiar, the Bozo show was it was a show back in the G. It came on like during cartoon time for kids.
If it was out now, like kids would be
could still
traumatized.
Yeah. Well, no. I fully stand behind the Bozo show. I think it could.
Dude,
it's timeless. What are you talking about?
The way that kids are like traumatized by clowns. This dude was a freaky looking.
Well, there was
clown.
that whole clown culture that popped up where clowns
like,
were
he
popping
was
up
full
in neighborhoods.
clown the whole time.
He probably was.
He
probably
was.
He probably like had it tattooed on him.
No, I mean I'm talking about like during the show. There was no.
Oh, during the show.
He was like, ha ha ha, like full clown, hair and shoes and all that.
So check it out, Reloaded
am I wrong? Right? That's how it was, right?
The Bozo show. Let me explain it for people that are not familiar. The Bozo show was a morning time cartoon show, and you'd have like a really big clown. He was a big clown, right? He was over big. But they had
6'2".
Yeah, he was huge. So
and the children were like tiny.
So you got
little tiny children.
A couple of bleachers full of kids, and you got Bozo the clown, and he's got a microphone. He's talking to the kids. and
Aggressively.
maybe he does like a joke or two, and then
Not funny.
they start doing like games for kids, and they
Weird
would pull
games,
a kid.
always sack involved.
They'd pull a kid or
Tossing
two.
sacks towards things.
They'd pull a kid or two out of the audience, and they'd start like whatever games they had.
They were never comfortable.
Man, you're just making it sound horrible. It was something you watched, and it wasn't for shock
Look,
value.
man, tell your story. I'm just interjecting my
Trying,
thoughts.
motherfucker. Check it out. This dude, he'd pull him up, and he'd like, okay, for instance, they'd have like, let's say 8 buckets in a row, and they were 5 feet from the kid, right? And he'd give the kid a ping pong ball, and he'd be like, all right, go ahead, try to make it in the first one. If you do, you win a prize. And, 9 times out of 10, the kid would make it in the first one. So he'd get, whatever it was, an
pat on the
inflatable
ass.
doll or some shit, right? Go for the second one, go for the third one, on down the line. But these kids, and this is what used to make me enraged as a small child,
Before you went to
watching this
school?
show, this used to enrage me.
Okay, I'm curious about this. Because you have to put this into perspective, all right? So we're talking about a Dave that's probably 15, 16, probably younger maybe.
No, like probably 7 or
Okay.
8. Yeah.
All right, who's
Really?
like,
No. Yeah, like 6, 7.
who's watching this
8,
and it is
around
getting,
that age?
getting this emotion just injected into him by this
Yes.
clown fuck.
I was fucking enraged.
Before he went to school
Check
to
it out.
interact with his peers.
Check it out. These kids are lucky enough to be on
It
the
explains a
Bozo
lot
show.
about you.
On the Bozo show,
Yeah.
right? I'm not lucky enough to be on the Bozo show. I don't know anybody. I don't know any friend of mine that's ever been on the Bozo show. It's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Like, did you?
So you feel somewhat
Did you
played.
get the golden ticket? No.
No.
Nobody I knew had the
No,
golden
no.
ticket, right?
All
So
these
these kids, so check it out. These kids make it on the Bozo show.
Yeah, fuck those
And
guys.
then these kids, the one I'm watching, is lucky enough to be standing in front of buckets to win prizes. This motherfucker can't make it past the second bucket. Humbra, this dude can't make it past the third bucket. Like, it's just a ping pong ball. It's
So
just 6 feet
at
away. It's
this-
just a bucket.
at this-
You can't make that goddamn bucket. If that dude was my brother, I'd be like, get the fuck out of this house right now.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. You had your shot at glory.
So yeah, I feel you, man.
Killed me.
And
Killed
at that
me.
point, you were like, "Oh God, I was so close. If I was only there." And then you had to fucking put on your stupid ass like uniform.
Whatever, man. We all went about our lives afterwards. I'm just saying, for that moment, I was watching this dude, and I'm like, come on, you could do it. You could do it. He misses the second bucket. It's only like 6 feet away. And at that point, I'm like cursing his existence.
No, I feel you, bro. Look, I've been there. We've all been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it. And
Yeah,
then, like,
and it
as
doesn't
soon as
happen.
you can, and then, like,
You
you're
know,
a
I always
fucking
had a
bitch.
sneaking suspicion, like, what it must be like backstage. Like, those clowns are always on point while they're happening. Like, for those of y'all that are not familiar with the show, Bozo was the main dude, but he had Cookie
I can tell you
the
exactly
other
what the
clown.
fuck they were doing, bro.
as a sidekick.
Fat rails.
Yeah. Backstage, they were probably like smoking
100.
huge cigars, like swigging whiskey, snorting fat wear. They probably took off their clown nose.
These fucking children, they're
Yeah.
gonna fucking sit them all
That's
that.
what
There's
I
gonna be fucking
suspected.
slime all over
Even
me.
as a kid, I was suspecting that. Like, I know there's behind the scenes where this guy is like just horrible.
I've pissed off enough fucking adults to know that this dude does not like this shit.
Yeah, he couldn't have liked kids. You can love kids. Kids are lovable. You know what I'm saying? But
dude, kids are fucking.
dude, kids are lovable. But if you spend too much time around
Dude, kids
anything,
are lovable for 10 seconds.
well, check it out. If you spend too much time around anything in life, you're gonna grow to hate it.
Dude, kids.
And I guarantee you that dude grew to hate kids. But you know what? He still had to go out there with his clown nose and his white paint and his
Yeah.
fucking swoopy red hair and all that shit. Like,
it was
he's-
great hair, dude.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
it
he
was
was
like
getting paid,
three.
bro.
It was like that sombrero I was wearing earlier.
It was
like
big.
3 feet from
But
his
he's getting
head.
paid. I'd fucking look if I was, you know, man,
He got paid, you know.
probably.
They had a good run. Yeah, man. It was like morning cartoon show shit. I'm just saying,
I
man.
remember there was like this toss thing. That was a big part of it.
Yeah.
Tossing something.
Well, maybe the ping pong ball into the buckets, like I was talking about earlier.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I used to just be mesmerized. It's like when you're watching YouTube and you just fall down the wormhole of YouTube. You just keep watching, keep watching, keep watching.
Dude, that stopped happening. That happened for me for so long, but I'm like, I'm on YouTube every day now, so there is no rabbit hole. Like, it's just like, it's become the norm. It sucks.
You're still in it, bro.
No, I'm
You're
like,
living in the wormhole.
well, right, yeah, maybe I'm like part of it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm wishing that I was part of it.
You know what I like watching on YouTube is fucking skating videos, bro.
Oh, I love all that
I
shit.
love
yeah.
watching skating videos. I don't even know why. Like I never was a skater. When I was a little kid, I fucked around on a skateboard and that was it. Like it didn't hook me.
Yeah,
But I can't stop watching skating videos. I don't
Really?
know what the fuck is so cool about that.
Dude, if you watch that shit, it's the things that they do, like with their feet,
Yeah.
like within like 3 inches of the ground.
You ever watch them in like slow motion?
It's fucking
I s-
crazy, bro.
I still can't get over it,
dude,
dude.
it makes no sense to
I'm
me.
like I can
like
never.
these people are doing things with their ankles, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Or the motherfuckers that they like ollie over like 16 stairs and they don't land it and then they stand back up. I couldn't jump 16 stairs without a skateboard and then
Right, dude.
stand back
Like,
up. I'd
I
be like,
see
fucking
him-
haul me off to the hospital right
Right,
now.
right,
I'd be
bro.
such a bitch, dude.
I see him attempt and bail on one, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's it. That's a wrap,
Yeah,
dog. Like,
that's-
put
you-
me on
yeah,
a cart.
You had to just damage something.
And then they
inside
just
your
do
body.
it like 25 more times.
Do you think they're just super high?
No, they're just like we were 20 years ago.
I suppose, man. You know what I started doing? Instead of just looking for skating videos on YouTube, I started in the search terms, I'd be like skate fight. Because I also found that I was like going down a wormhole of fight videos,
That
right?
would always happen.
Yeah, yeah. You watch those so much too, right?
Dude.
So I combined the two, and it turned out to be pretty cool. It turned out to be, essentially, it was skaters getting run off from areas like when
Yeah.
security guards
Yeah.
would come out.
And
Because
so they get
let's just face it,
aggravated and-
skaters in general, they're not like super douchebags. They're not like
No,
maniacs.
they're trying to do their own thing, and then people run them
Right,
off.
they
and
want to
they're
be
like,
left
"Why
alone.
are
So
you
it
just-"
wasn't
yeah.
skater. There was like one video of a skater fighting a skater, but the rest of them was like skaters getting run off from areas.
Right.
So, but it was cool too because they deal with it in funny ways. You know, like the security guard runs up, he'll bitch at him, and then he'll go away. And then they come back and start skating again, and then he'll come back and bitch again, and then he gets pissed off because he knows they're clowning him. So he like snatches one of them's skateboard, and then the other three like antagonize him until the original dude steals a skateboard
And then
back
it
from
becomes
him.
a criminal issue. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fucking funny as shit, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear
I
it.
can't
I
get
hear
enough about it, bro.
The bottom line, Dave, we need to figure out a way to. I mean, what we're doing is we're giving shit away, right? Like,
Yeah.
straight up.
This is totally for free.
Yeah.
All Reloaded 504ians are dialed in for $0.00.
And dude, let me just tell you, I'm just gonna give you one tidbit of advice.
Yes.
You can get away with a lot of criminal activity
Yeah,
if you're smooth.
definitely.
Okay.
I used to make a habit of that. Like,
Yeah.
it was an aspiration of mine back in the G.
Yeah, man. It's certainly something that can be done.
Do you feel like you got to have moves like a skater to be smooth like that, or?
No, well, I mean, possibly. It doesn't hurt.
How were you back in the G? Did you get away with some shit?
Man, back in the G, I was a chameleon. I only wish I could be as
It
smooth as I
sounds like you
was.
need to call a confessional and confess, bro.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not scared to.
By the way, if you were wondering what that phone number is, it's 504-457-8011.
If I knew where my phone was, I'd call it up.
You might need to. Anybody out there listening, you can call in with a random thought or a confession.
That's what we need to be doing right now is liven this up.
We had an hour, bruh, already.
Okay.
So we might make 3 episodes tonight.
We are, son. All right. So you want to, I don't know. Let's figure this episode. But look, I'm gonna put us on live for the third. I'm just gonna like do live. I don't know if we're gonna get any followers or anything. But.
All right. Well, tune in for the next episode because I'm getting shit-faced if I gotta be live in front of people. I'm not drunk yet, by the way. It kind of bothers me.
Fix that shit.
Yeah, we need to do something about that. Let's take a break, take a shot, and queue up for the next.
Yo.
Sign off, Todd.
All right, holla back, people.
Everybody. Whoop, whoop. It's been love.
Todd Cranola.
We love
YouTube.
y'all.
Todd Cranola YouTube. Todd Cranola.
Y'all keep tuning in.
Todd
Keep
Cranola
subscribing.
YouTube.
And
Todd
keep the
YouTube.
emails coming.
Todd
That's great. But
Cranola
I want
YouTube.
y'all to
Todd
shift
Cranola YouTube.
to the phone. Call us. 504-457-8011.
Get the camera, bro, and we can like show them how to call up.
504-457-8011. No.